Yo, welcome back everybody to another video. Today we have, in lieu of the Gen 9 announcement, Pokemon starter tier list. So we just got the starters, no evolutions, no second form, no third form, no alternate forms. So we can also add in how I view tier S through D personally. Tier S, pure heat. That's what we're working with in tier S. Tier A is kinda heat. It's kinda heat. Tier B is what's tier B? Tier B is solid. It's just solid. It'll do. Tier C, I guess. Like if this has to be in the game, I guess. Tier D is just no sir. All right. So that's how we're going to be ranking these. Pure heat, kinda heat, solid, I guess, no sir. Alright, so they got it ordered all nice for us. We're gonna go from Gen 1 to Gen 9. And look, let's just get it out the way. Bulbasaur, the starter nobody wanted to choose because, let's be honest, we all wanted grass, we all wanted fire, we all wanted water. But Bulbasaur was a solid starter. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do it. Gen 1, pure heat. Pure heat. Gen 1 starters were pure heat. Bulbasaur was not lacking. We just had underdeveloped minds and couldn't realize the power that was off the rip. Grass poison, getting the sleep powders, the paralyzed powders, the poison powders, the bulk. Like, come on. And that's just base form. That's base. I'm not even talking about the evolution. You could get all that in the base form dual starter. Charmander, that goes without saying. You know he was some heat. You know that. I mean, yeah, he struggled against Brock, but you know we don't talk about that. And Squirtle was just like, come on now. You wasn't really getting in that generation, you wasn't really getting a water type early on other than Magikarp. So Squirtle had immense value early on. Then we get to Gen 2. Now they wanted to capture, I think, a little more cuteness with Chikorita. And they kept the bulk. They didn't keep the dual typing though. So Chikorita is solid. Chikorita was solid. I had a playthrough with it. It was okay. It grew on me. Cyndaquil? Come on now. You know Cyndaquil, pure heat. Fire out of his back. It looked cute. It held you down in the early game. Like, come on. Totodile, a little popular opinion, kinda heat. I feel differently about Feraligatr. But Totodile was like, it's kind of heat, like, you know, it's a little bit above solid, but you know, kind of heat for me personally. Let's get to Gen 3. Trico, pure heat. Trico is pure heat. Pure heat. I think we might need to adjust these. Do we? No, I think it'll adjust automatically. But Trico, man, look. I think people be sleeping on grass starters. I think they do. Trico is, look, he came in with the bullet seed, with the pursuits and whatnot. Real versatile starter to hold you down for the early game. Really gave Roxanne some combos. Torchic, pure heat. Mudkip, pure heat. Gen 3 would capture what Gen 1 did with just pure heat for all of the base starters. Torchic, come on now. You also, there's a little bit of bias because you knew it was going to transform into Blaziken. But you know, even without it going into Blaziken, you know, it learns Ember, it learns Sand Attack. It struggles a little bit against Roxanne, but it gets you through the rest of the game, especially Brawly and so on and so forth. Mudkip doesn't really struggle against any of the gyms other than maybe Watson. And once again, you don't really get any good water Pokemon early on other than maybe Wingull, who back then wasn't as good. So Mudkip is it's just heat. And we already know its final evolution with some heat. But this is just base starters. Okay, so now we get to Gen 4, who they did it again. Let's keep it a buck. They did it again. They did it again. It was pure heat. It was pure heat. We got my man Turtwig with the little leaves on his head top, holding you down. They said bulk. No dual typing off the rip, but he will later on get some ground. But you know, he's just a real solid starter. Come on now. Come on, Torchic walked so that Chimchar could run. The firefighting prototype evolved into Monkey, and come on. Arguably one of the best starters until we get to a later generation where he gets trumped, and I'll let you know who trumps him. But yeah. And then Piplup, Piplup I think gets slept on. I think Piplup's final form gets slept on like Bulbasaur entire line gets slept on. But Water still was crazy. But Piplup itself, versatile. Get your peck, get your steel wings, get your bubbles, your bubble beams. I don't know if you learned bubble beam actually. But nonetheless, it was some heat. It was getting Cranidos right out the paint. Then we get to Gen 5. My personal least favorite gen. If you've seen my other video where I rate each game, each main series game, Gen 5 is not high on that list. So let's keep it a buck. Snivy, solid. Tepig, no sir. Oshawott, no sir. I don't know what they was thinking with these two. They doubled down with the firefighting with Chimchar. Okay, they improved. That is the pinnacle. They tried to triple down, and it was horrible. And so we get this little pig of a thing, which could have been a little bit better if they gave the pig its own little, its own little typing, its own little style, its own little flair. And they tried to triple down early on. I didn't really like it. I didn't really like Oshawott either early on. I think Snivy to me was like the only real one that I liked out of the starters from that generation. Otherwise, yeah, real forgettable generation of starters as a whole. But then we get to Gen 6. What is this? Chespin was I guess the Fox. No, that's a no sir. That was just trash. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. And then we get another pure heat. Hold on, am I blocking it? Am I blocking it? No, I'm not. You can see it. Froakie, man. Froakie outclasses Infernape. He just got the swag with it. Looking real cool at school. Real versatile. Could learn a lot of different moves. Really holding you down. The best starter easily out of Gen 6. Easily. Then we get to Gen 7. Gen 7 was super unique with their starters. They kind of wiped the slate clean. I think it was a long time in between Gen 6 and Gen 7, I think. Don't quote me on that, but they came in with some creative minds. And so we got Rowlet. I struggle between pure heat. I think Rowlet was kind of heat. Love the bow tie. Love what he becomes. Real versatile in the early game because I think he's grass flying off the rip, if I'm not mistaken. So just solid. Grass, I think, He's either gonna be in the heat category or down here, right? It's a fine line to get the grass starters at some heat. The water and fire, I think, are way easier to make pure heat, and so that's where we gotta put what is that? Torchic? You know the cat. I can't remember the base name. Those are some of the generations where I haven't replayed like I did the earlier generations. And then Popplio. Look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I guess. Like, yeah, it's got a red nose. I guess it's cool. You know, water. I don't think it has the water fairy early on. I think it gets that in the later evolutions. But you know, early on it's real basic. Like, you look at the Squirtles. We already did the basic with Squirtle. Mudkip, Piplup. You can't put them in the pure heat. You look at what's in the pure heat, you can't put them there. Kinda heat, only cause you know Totodile is basically Squirtle, just Gen 2. So you can't really put them in the kinda heat either. You could put them in the solid, but it's really I guess. Like, it's really just I guess. It's really just I guess. But then we get to Gen 8. I don't know why Scorbunny is all the way over there. Then we get to Gen 8. Scorbunny, pure heat. Grookey. Come on now. That man was over there getting down with the stick and the drums. Come on now. Sabu. Look, I don't know what they was doing with later water Pokemon, but I guess. I think I like Inteleon better than Sabu personally. But Sabu was really, I guess. But Grookey and Scorbunny, they were some heat for starters. They're just unique. They did revisit. I know you're saying, but woof. What about Chimchar? He's a monkey. How can that be unique? Because this monkey over here is Drummer. We talking about Travis Barker in Pokemon form, holding the team down. I did my playthrough, I think with him. Yeah, I did my playthrough with him. So, you know. And now we get to Gen 9. My predictions off the bat. Sprigatito. That's pure heat. Come on now. That's pure heat. It looks like a wolf. I know it's a cat, but in my mind, that's a wolf. And can't nobody tell me otherwise. You feel what I'm saying? So now we got the wolf. You know that's going to be pure heat. Look, for as derpy as the design is, I think Fuecoco is going to be kinda heat. We'll go kinda heat. I think he's going to be kinda heat. Quaxley is just Ducklet. And this might be a hot take. No, sir. We didn't mess with Ducklet. We don't mess with Quaxley. Fuecoco, kinda heat. Sprigatito going to be that pure heat. This is my list. Overall, Game Freak and the Pokemon Company really came up with more pure heat than they did solids and I guesses and no sirs. This is my list. Feel free to debate. Call me out if I'm tripping on something or support me if I hit it right on the head. What's your list look like? And let me know in the comments below. Tier list Thursday in the books. Another tier list Thursday in the books. I'm going to catch you next Thursday with another tier list. Maybe. Also, Yu-Gi-Oh! Content will resume. We got to test out that structure deck and make it better. You already know how we get down. But until next time, it is your boy Wolf. And I'm out.